Hi everyone, I'm Sara Ellis with Jesse James Beads, and today I have a really fun earrings project to share with you featuring beads from the Halloween collection from Jesse James Beads. These beads are available at select Walmart stores as well as jessejamesbeads.com. I hope you enjoy the project. Thanks for watching. Hi everyone, today we're going to be creating a really fun pair of party earrings, perfect for the Halloween season, featuring the Scream Queen bead mix. This is available from Jesse James Beads. You can get this as part of their Halloween collection, available at Walmart or at jessejamesbeads.com. In addition to the beads, you're also going to need a 4.5-inch piece of 18 gauge German style wire, a head pin, 3 6mm jump rings, an ear wire, and 24 inches of 24 gauge wire. You can either use Artistic wire or German style wire for this. To complete both earrings, you need to double all of your supplies. For tools, you're going to need 2 pairs of chain nose pliers, a pair of round nose pliers, and a cutter tool. You're also going to need the Artistic wire Mandrel tool. This is available from jessejamesbeads.com. This is going to give us that round shape for our teardrop earring. If you do not have one of these tools, you can use anything that is round to get that shape. Take your 4.5-inch piece of 18 gauge wire and using your round nose pliers, just turn a simple loop at the end of the wire. That's going to create this P shape on the end of the wire. You want to do that on both ends of your wire using your round nose pliers and just creating a simple round loop. Take your 18 gauge wire and place the middle of it across the 25mm section of your Artistic wire Mandrel tool and guide the wire to create a teardrop shape. Make sure to squeeze your ends together to really ensure that you're going to get a nice teardrop shape, and then remove the wire from the Mandrel tool. And this is the shape that you should have. When you remove the wire from the Artistic Mandrel tool, the loops should be facing to the back so that you can't see them when you're looking straight onto the earring. But when you turn to the side, you can definitely see those loops. If they are not in the right position, just grab a hold of those with a pair of chain nose pliers and gently bend them into the position that you need them to be. Take your 24 gauge wire and lay it across the surface of your teardrop component. Give yourself about 1 inch of a tail and wrap the tail around the component to anchor your wire. You want to wrap around about 5 times. Once your 24 gauge wire is anchored to your component, now we're ready to pick out the beads for our earring. The Scream Queen bead mix has a beautiful selection of colors that were inspired from Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas. All of the colors that you see in the patches in her dress are represented in this bead mix. I've picked some of the smaller beads for our earring, as well as one of the beautiful drop beads and one of the black roses. Thread the beads that you want to use for your earring onto the 24 gauge wire that is attached to your component. I have chosen the yellow, blue, these beautiful rose colored beads, as well as a black rose for the center, and I'm just going to slide all of those down to the component. Gently guide the bead section along the bottom of the teardrop shape of your component. You want to leave yourself a little bit of space between the beads and the component, but not a whole lot. You want to take the other side of the wire and you want to wire wrap and anchor your section of beads to the component with about 4 wraps, the same as what you started with. Now you want to take the tail end of your 24 gauge wire, because you still have quite a bit of wire here, and you want to wrap once or twice around the wraps that you just created. And then we're going to wrap in between every one of the beads. So we want to take the wire and guide it between the first and second, that's our yellow and our blue bead, and around the component. So we want to capture the component in our wrap. And then you want to go around between the blue and the pink bead, capturing the component and going between the beads, and proceed all the way around between your beads. Once you've wrapped all the way around and have gone between each one of the beads, wrap over the wire wraps that are already there, and then you want to go back the other direction, wrapping again between each one of the beads, going from one side back to the other. Once you've reached the other side, turn around and go back the other way, adding another section of wraps. Once you've wrapped in between your beads at least 3, maybe 4 times, you are ready to wrap the wire right over the last little bit of wraps there once or twice, and then trim off the remaining wire. Now your teardrop component has a beautiful wire wrapped section of beads along the bottom. Thread the drop bead from your mix onto an eye pin, and using your fingers or chain nose pliers, bend the wire right where it is exiting the bead. Use your cutter tool to come in and trim off the wire, leaving yourself 1/4 to 1/2 inch of wire left. Use round nose pliers to grab the tail end of the wire and roll back towards the bead to create a simple loop at the top of your bead. Using 2 pairs of chain nose pliers, open a 6mm jump ring with a twisting motion and thread that onto the simple loop that you created on your drop bead and close the jump ring. Repeat these steps and add a second jump ring to the jump ring that you just added to the top of your bead and close the jump ring. Using chain nose pliers, open your third 6mm jump ring and thread that onto the 2 jump rings that are attached to your bead. So now you have your bead with 3 jump rings. And before you close that jump ring, thread that onto the loop on either side of your component with your bead hanging in the center. Now use your chain nose pliers to close the jump ring. Once you've closed the jump ring, now we're ready to add our ear wire. Once you've added your ear wire, your earring is complete. You want to repeat these steps to create the mate, and you have a beautiful pair of really fun party earrings that are perfect for Halloween or any time of the year.